So now in the next few videos, we're going to start looking at a different type of sequence called a geometric sequence. So it's going to be very different from our linear or our arithmetic ones. So I'll go through the formula first, and then we'll go through an example. So the formula for any geometric sequence is given by t of n is equal to a multiplied by or to the power of n minus 1. Okay, so t of n is the nth term. It's going to be the first number, the second number, the third number, etc. in the sequence. A is the first term, or the first number in the sequence, so the very first one. And then or is what's called the common ratio. So whereas there was a common difference in arithmetic or linear ones, there's a common ratio in geometric ones. So I'll show you what that means. So we're going to look at this example here. It's going to be 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, and so on. Okay, so you can look at the difference between each number, but it won't really help. So there's 2 of a difference here, then 4, then 8, then 16 difference in between these two. So that doesn't really tell us anything. But what does tell us something is the ratio between the two numbers, or basically what that means is what you multiply to get the next number. So if you look at this, if you multiply by 2, you get 4. If you multiply 4 by 2, you get 8. 8 by 2, you get 16, and 16 by 2, you get 32. So this 2 is what's called the common ratio. So or is equal to 2. So common ratio. So that means or is equal to 2 in this case. And then a in this case is also equal to 2 because the first term is equal to 2. So remember, a is always the first term. So if we want to write our t of n for this sequence here, t of n again is equal to, so just rewrite that. T of n is equal to a or n to the minus 1. That means t of n is equal to 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by n, or to the power of n minus 1. Okay, so that is our the form for the geometric sequence we have in front of us there. Yeah, so I'll explain a little bit better why it's called the common ratio now. So there's a rule for geometric sequences that if you want to either test if something is geometric or if you want to find the common ratio, you do the following. So we have t of n divided by t of n minus 1 is equal to or, and I'm just going to write is equal to a constant as well. So or is always a number or a constant value. Yeah, so I'm going to put a box around that because that's important. So that's not in the tables book, but you have to learn that off. So t of n divided by t of n minus 1, what that means is if you divide any number in the sequence by the number before it, you'll get the common ratio. So if we divide 4 by 2, we'll get 2. If we divide 8 by 4, we'll get 2. If we divide 16 by 8, we'll get 2. So always dividing the number, whatever number, and divide it by the number before that. So divide 8 by the number before it, which is 4, and we'll get 2, we'll get the common ratio. So I'll just write that here. So we do that to get common ratio, or we do it to check if something is geometric, okay? So if they ask us prove this is geometric, this is what you have to do. If they ask you to find t of n, you'll probably have to do this as well to find your value for or. So that's really all I wanted to go over in the first video, just kind of a quick intro to geometric sequences. In the next few videos we're going to look at some examples using it, but hopefully that was all good, and we'll see you in the next few videos.